Hi, my name is Sumaya Mituna Zamri. My matrix number is 06DAT5A0173. So for this case focuses on a workplace situation involving a junior staff member who has recently returned to full-time work after taking leave to care for her elderly mother. The scenario highlights the challenges of balancing work responsibilities with personal caregiving duties, as well as the impact of workplace behavior and culture on employee well-being and team performance. A junior employee recently back from special leave to care for her mother is struggling to manage her mother's home care schedule. As a result, she frequently misses morning team meetings and occasionally leaves work early. While she is skilled and capable, her absence are creating pressure on her and her colleagues. The situation is further complicated by a male colleague who has been making sexist and inappropriate remarks, such as suggesting that a woman's place is in the home. His behavior is undermining the employee's confidence and contributing to a hostile work environment. As her manager, I'm aware that the team's workload is being affected and that workplace tensions are rising. The case raises key issues about employee support, discrimination, work-life balance, and managerial responsibility in maintaining a fair and respectful workplace. So for the next slide, I will describe the ethical problem. This case presents a complex ethical challenge involving the need to balance fairness, professionalism, and compassion in managing the situation of a junior staff member. The junior staff member has an enormous amount of personal distress due to caring for her elderly mother, which has understandably limited her capacity to fully meet her work obligations, and although she has a good reason for needing flexibility, her repeated absence and early departures have placed extra burdens on her colleagues and affected the team workflow. Furthermore, a male colleague has made inappropriate comments, such as a woman's place is in the home, which are not only unprofessional and damaging to the junior staff member, but simply contribute to a hostile and discriminatory workplace environment, raising ethical issues related to respect, equality, and a workplace free from harassment and bias. As her manager, the ethical dilemma is to find a way to support the staff member with empathy and understanding, recognizing her personal situation while at the same time ensuring fairness to the rest of the team and upholding professional standards. The manager must carefully navigate these competing demands to foster a respectful, equitable, and productive workplace. In this situation, there are several important stakeholders, each affected differently and playing a distinct role. First, the junior staff member. She is at the center of the case, being directly impacted by the stress associated with working and caregiving responsibilities, and she is also experiencing harassment from a male colleague. This harassment exacerbates her stress level and is affecting her ability to perform her job satisfactorily. Next is the male colleague. Clearly, his behavior by making inappropriate comments as well as discriminatory comments is unacceptable behavior and must be managed by implementing a disciplinary action for his behaviors. This is imperative in maintaining respect and equality in the workplace. Then, the other team members, they are indirectly affected because her absenteeism creates an unfair workload on their part. This will create undue pressure on team and eventually affect morale and productivity, which will lead to tension within the team. As the manager, I'm responsible for integrating these competing needs of keeping my ethical obligations, support our junior employee compassionately, and keep a functional flow for everyone on the team. And finally, the firm. How the company approach these matters has a sizable impact on its reputation and productivity. The company is ultimately obliged to comply with professional ethical codes such as the Malaysian Institute of Accountants to maintain a respectful and ethical workplace. To evaluate each solution, one possible approach may be to offer the junior member an option of a flexible work arrangement in the form of altered working hours or the opportunity to work from home if she chooses. Providing this option will lessen her anxiety and allow her to continue to contribute effectively to the team while caring for her family. In an ethical context, this may coincide with the MIA fundamental principles of integrity, professional behavior, objectivity, and fairness. Offering this option wouldn't compromise any of these principles, nor would it give the junior member an unfair advantage over team members. The main concern is that the other members of the team may have to tolerate some increased workload, which means being transparent and monitoring the workload closely to ensure fairness. In general, providing this arrangement demonstrates compassion while remaining professional and ethical. It is also important to respond to the same male colleague's discriminatory behavior through whatever methods are deemed appropriate, which could include action taken through the company's formal disciplinary process. This is an important step in discouraging harassment and fostering a respectful, inclusive, and ethical work environment. Ethically, to act is consistent with the MIA fundamental principle of professional behavior, integrity, and objectivity, which states that all employees are entitled to fair and equitable treatment without bias. The benefits of acting, in addition to promoting a safe and professional work environment, include sending an unmistakable message that discriminatory behavior has no place at this workplace. While a formal disciplinary process may create some initial tension among the team, failure to address the behavior would violate the MIA's ethical standards. Therefore, the action is appropriate and ethically required in the view of the MIA. A third solution is to redistribute the team's workload to maintain productivity and ensure fairness among all members. This approach aligns with the MIA fundamental principles of professional competence and due care, as well as fairness, by ensuring that work quality and efficiency are maintained while protecting the interests of other team members. The main advantage of this solution is that it helps sustain workflow and team morale, reducing potential resentment among colleagues who may otherwise feel overburdened. However, it may require temporary adjustment or additional effort from other staff members. To remain ethical, the redistribution should be communicated clearly and applied only as a short-term measure, with a plan to restore normal workload balance once the junior staff members' flexible arrangements stabilize. The final solution is to give counseling or support programs to the junior employee in order to help her to cope with stress and to keep her performance. This way of dealing with the situation indicates the MIA fundamental principles of professional behavior, integrity, and objectivity. The first one is empathy and the second one is care. By permitting counseling or employee assistance programs access to the personnel, the organization not only helps the staff but also makes them feel good about their mental state and strong enough to face challenge. But at the same time, it prevents them from burning out or making mistakes at work due to lack of time. Even though this move might take more resources and time, it is a clear sign of the firm's dedication to ethical and responsible management. In the end, this option is totally in line with professional ethical standards, since it offers a supportive and healthy work environment without lowering the performance standards. Next slide. Creating an alternate working arrangement for the junior team member is the best option because it will enable her to take care of her responsibilities as a caregiver, and at the same time, she will be able to work professionally. On the one hand, distribution of the workload among all team members should be such that there is equal sharing of work and cooperation among the members. With immediate effect, the male college prejudice must be rooted out through formal counseling or suitable HR interventions so that the workplace is kept professional and harassment-free. To promote a culture of honesty, respect, and inclusivity, it would also be helpful to have open communication with the team about expectations and equality, although not in the way that confidentiality is broken, thereby creating a conducive environment for openness and trust.